It's another beautiful week, and it's an opportunity for us to x-ray everything that has happened, across Europe's top five league, and the fact that we are, in a very, very important title race in different leagues. The English Premier League, we have the Italian Serie A, we have the French Ligue 1, we have the German Bundesliga, and also we should have five, right? And the La Liga. Spanish La Liga. These are the five top leagues right there. So a lot has been happening. And it's your girl, Sports Diva. And let's kick start with the Premier League. Now, it is 11 final games to go for Arsenal. Every game is a final for Arsenal, for Mikel Arteta and the boys. They can't afford to drop points at this point. Yes, they can't afford to drop points. So, next game up against Crystal Palace is a London derby. It's a must-win game for them. Manchester City had to struggle to get, maximum 3 points. At this point, it's not about scoring the goals. It's about getting 3 points at this point. And Erling Haaland's penalty was enough for Manchester City to get a tough 3 points away at Selhurst Park. So, it means Manchester City are still within touching distance of Arsenal. Remember, Arsenal and Manchester City will still play a game at Etihad. Well, looking at it on the paper, it's looking like it's going to go Manchester City's way, because Manchester City last time out at the Emirates were 3-1 winners over Arsenal. Arsenal are yet to play Liverpool, and we all know the last time Liverpool played a big team like Manchester United, the scoreline was embarrassing. Arsenal are yet to play Chelsea, but it's a different ballgame altogether, because Arsenal will be at home to welcome Chelsea. So it's somewhat different for Arsenal, but it is every game that should look like a final for Arsenal. 3 huge points for them against Fulham, and Trossard making the huge difference. A lot of persons are actually saying this, that Mikel Arteta not going for Mudryk was the best decision that Arsenal made, going for Trossard, because Trossard has hit the ground up and running for Arsenal. 3 assists. I can't remember the last time something like that happened. And now Arsenal have 3 players on 10 goals apiece. You have Martinelli, you have Odegaard, and you have Bukayo Saka. And just 2 clubs in the whole of Europe's top leagues have 3 players each on 10 goals. The other team is in the French Ligue 1, Paris Saint-Germain. The second team, Arsenal. So it becomes imperative right now. Why for Liverpool? They suffered a huge title blow over the weekend. The Leicester title, Champions League sport blow over the weekend as they lost 1-0 to Bournemouth. Well, a lot of persons were expecting Liverpool to run out, but I wasn't expecting that. Remember, Liverpool trashed Bournemouth when the season started 9 goals to nothing, and that led to the sacking of Scott Parker. So I wasn't expecting Bournemouth to let the sun go. Billing yet again with the goal in the first half. And Bournemouth were not ready to allow what happened at the Emirates to repeat itself against Liverpool. So 1-0 winners, and Bournemouth are out of the bottom table. Another team that got a vital result over the weekend, Chelsea. 3 wins in a row, back-to-back Premier League wins for Chelsea. 3-1 winners over struggling Leicester City. Brendan Rodgers has to get answers working right here. He just has to get the answers working for his team if they had to avoid the drop zone. And fast forward to Sunday, Manchester United dropping 2 points as they drew 0-0 with Southampton. Casemiro getting sent off, his second red card for the season. It means that he'll be serving a 4-match ban. Yes, so those of us asking why he's serving a 4-match ban, this is his second red card for the season, so he will be serving a 4-match ban. He won't be available for the FA Cup match against Fulham on Sunday and some other crucial games for Manchester United, but I think they could just actually do without, the services of Casemiro. He's still available for their Europa League game against Real Betis, so he can bring something to the table for them. Now, when you look at the Premier League, Arsenal got a win, Manchester City got a win, Manchester United picked up a draw. So you might just say that the title is now for Arsenal and Manchester City. Then you have Tottenham Hotspur, who also got a win, 3-0, 3-1 winners over Nottingham Forest. You have Liverpool, who dropped points. And the most funny thing that happened in the league is the fact that Chelsea ran out 3-1 winners, but they still remain 10th on the log. Despite the fact that Brentford lost to Everton, Chelsea are still 10th on the log, and Brentford are still ahead of Chelsea. And the crazy part, Brentford have a game in hand. So I don't know how Chelsea are going to do it, but the way it's looking, Chelsea might end up not being in Europe next season. It might actually help them not being in Europe, actually help them concentrate and turn out their energy to the Premier League, the FA Cup, and the Carling Cup. You never can tell. They might just end up being huge title favorites next season. But let's just allow this season end. So you see why I say Every game right now, it's a final for Arsenal and Manchester City. It is a final, like it is the greatest final you could ever think of. So Arsenal are going to take it one step at a time against Crystal Palace. Manchester City also take it one step at a time. As long as Arsenal are winning, they don't need to bother what Manchester City does. That's just the truth. And I must tell you, this is an interesting race because I can't remember the last time Arsenal put up this fight. The last time they won the trophy was way back in 2004 when they went invincible. Mikel Arteta trying to bring back that memory again. It might actually be a good one, but we'll keep our fingers crossed. Now, fast forward to the French Ligue 1. It is PSG started to lose, and even if they draw points, it is still PSG started to lose. So it is all done for PSG. As much as Neymar Jr. is out for the rest of the season, PSG out of the Champions League, but at least they have the French League 1 to hold on to. Another is the German Bundesliga, where Bayern Munich are looking, so strong. 5-3 winners over the weekend. It was an 8-goal thriller. What we want to see coming from Bayern Munich after the, ousted Paris Saint-Germain from the UEFA Champions League. These are the kind of things we want to see. Again. Borussia Dortmund are not relenting. Yes, they are out of the Champions League, but they are still getting wins in the German Bundesliga and also giving Bayern Munich a run for their money. Next on the table is the Italian Serie A. Napoli, the draw point, last 2 games, but this time around, they had to make sure that, they got maximum 3 points. And going into the UEFA Champions League match that will be happening this week, it's looking so good for Napoli. And it's a trophy for Napoli to lose. The Scudetto is for Napoli to lose, and I don't think they'll be losing the Scudetto. Up next is the Spanish La Liga, and it is a trophy for Barcelona to lose. I don't know how you say, but it is a trophy for Barcelona to lose. Real Madrid have not been so good, and I just don't know if the Carlo Ancelotti effect is, faded. Vinicius Jr. is not delivering, and when he's not delivering, Real Madrid are not really doing well. Karim Benzema, I just don't know what happened. The same Karim Benzema we saw last season, we're not seeing that same Karim Benzema this season. Xavi Hernandez is doing something amazing with this Barca side. So it's making it so easy for Barcelona to get results against other teams, and Real Madrid are dropping points. Now you have Toni Kroos, you have Modric. These guys are old, okay? So Real Madrid have to get a replacement pattern on the ground. And they have to make sure that these younger players are integrated into the team so that when the likes of Modric and Toni Kroos eventually leave Real Madrid and Karim Benzema, these new boys will not find it difficult to carry the burden of playing for a big club like Real Madrid. So when you look at everything, it's been an interesting, weekend of football. When I say interesting, it's been an interesting weekend of football. Arsenal getting a win, Napoli getting a win, Barcelona getting a win, PSG getting a win, and also Bayern Munich getting a win. So 5 of them sitting pretty top of the table are all doing well, and they know that the only thing that will guarantee the trophy for them, it's a win. As long as they're winning, it doesn't matter. As long as they're winning, it doesn't matter. So we keep our fingers crossed, especially as we go down to 11 final games in the EPL for Arsenal and Manchester City are focused. Will Arsenal be winning the Premier League? Well, I don't know. Will Manchester City eventually win the Premier League? I still don't know. But no matter what happens, it's been an interesting Premier League season. Arsenal from nowhere, off the blocks, hitting the ground up and running, keeping the consistency going, and Manchester City not doing enough because inconsistency for Manchester City. But at the end of the day, it is Arsenal's title to lose. Don't worry. UEFA Champions League matches are coming up on Tuesday and Wednesday, and the Europa League. The Divas Hot Picks obviously coming your way. All I need you to do is subscribe, like, share, turn on your notification button, and tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend that something is cooking. And the Divas Hot Picks is obviously cooking. And to all my punters, you know how we do it. Just wait for it. It is dropping hot, and hot.